guys, be kind. This is my first ever proper YouTube video. Going to be setting lots of tanks up in the fish room. This is going to be the first tank. It's not going to be heavily aquascaped, purely because we are going to use it more for breeding, so we can keep 3 male fighter fish, or potentially 2, depending on how good this is. So, but for my first proper video, we'll just do an unboxing of this fish tank and we'll see what we think of it. It's an Aqua one Betta trio. So, comes with everything. 55 watt heater. For a plug. Top piece of glass. Some bits of plastic so you don't cut your fingers as you're lifting it, although the glass doesn't feel like it cut you, it's pretty well finished. So I'll just place this over there for a second. This box, I assume, will be the light. We'll open that up in a minute. So then we are in to the fish tanks. Didn't think this bit through, did I? So I get rid of the box. So let's start with filtration. Let's have a look at it. So, activated carbon, fine balls on it, media balls, never have enough of that, can we? And that's same as a sump system. Let's mix that in case we can't see it. So it has an up and over, so water can come in through the top, hopefully skim some oil off the top, biofilm. It does allow some water in at the bottom too, which is good, because you've got underneath, over, under, over and under. So comes with 2 of these foam sponge filters, which will probably last you a lifetime. These I can't see them unless they start breaking down. I can't see you ever needing to replace them. So you put one in there, one in here, this box here, and I would imagine stand up. There you go. There's the pump. So let's have a look at each one. 90-degree elbow. Up there. We believe Coco the cat, who's always with me, is now knocking on the door to get out. So, got our fine plug here. So it's pretty much plug and play this time. It's got everything with it. There's a few things I'm skeptical about, but we'll see if we can. If it is a problem, can't call it until we know, can we? Tiny pump. What's it say? P150. Maybe 150 litres an hour, maybe. Slow is good for biological media anyway, isn't it? So we have 2 90-degree bends here. Has. I get it. So obviously we're not reading the instructions because we think we really need them. So that goes like so. These rubber bits here, which stick to the glass, that on the bottom, which I think will definitely help with the pump noise and vibration. So next piece always goes onto there. And that, let's put that down a minute. This one turn. Finish around. The instructions could be like me done there. Just as I thought. Goes in so. That's the food goes home, and this gone already. Push it in a bit more. That's 2 settings then. We'll figure that out. Make sure that's pointing up then, so that you can adjust it. There's a little flow adjuster there, I think it is. I'll correct it if I'm wrong. So. It goes through there, and you got your duck wheel. What's on there? So, water goes into the sump system this way. Through your filter, biological, mechanical filters, and then back out here. The thing that I anticipate not being brilliant is, obviously we're going to chuck some substrate at the bottom, which will stop the flow of anything going through these small cutouts, which are here. So you're relying just solely on like a weir system then. So you're going to get the waste of each thing, fish, probably a bit cleanest. Second cleanest, I anticipate this being filthy. Got an idea for it. I might be wrong, you know, might be totally wrong. Not quite sure yet, we'll see how it goes. But I do anticipate that'll be the issue. And I think what we might do, these centerpieces are acrylic, they're not glass, so a piece of cake to drill them. I think what we do is we get a 90-degree bend here, and we drill through each one, and we put a spray bar in each individual one, just so that it mixes it up and spreads it around more, because even though you're going to have the same volume of water going through each section, because you have to, because say if 10 litres a minute are going in here, 10 minutes a litre has to pass through that, and so on and so forth. But the flow, as in line, the flow will be diluted in these two, as in it will be spread out and distributed much more evenly. So this tank will be like that. How can you put it? It's going to be more aggressive, the flow in this one, which could play to our benefits yet. We don't know yet, do we? But we will see. I can give you an update on it. So, the thing I do like about the filter, I do think it's a good idea. I think you could probably make this, to be fair, anyway. You could just get some acrylic in any fish tank. Pause this video, take a screenshot of it, and literally copy it. You know, piece of cake, because that's just acrylic, all the filter section except for 1, 2, 3 pieces of glass, but you can use anything you want really. You're just making the water flow. The bit that I like is obviously you've got loads of room for media, loads. So I'm going to start with a sponge at that height, if it'll allow me. We'll see what the flow's like. I can't see it not doing. Then I'm going to put one in there so it drops over. Can't overflow because the tank won't allow it. So if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. Then I'm going to put more of a polishing pad into this one, and then your heater. And that one, and then you're away. So let's continue. Leave that set as it is for now. So, 2 pieces of plastic. They don't go on the tank, they go on the glass. to the lid. Do not be tempted to not use a lid. If not this lid, any lid. Make sure you get one. You know, if you break this glass for whatever reason, definitely go get yourself a new lid if you're keeping betta fish, because they will jump. We had one last year, and I'd been getting it to jump through a hoop eating, which was quite cool. It was fun, good party trick. It were doing it, you're doing a good job of it. And I didn't shut the lid, gone out, come back, and we had a very dried up betta fish on the floor, so that'd be the end. So you got your glass lid, sit there, so, like so. There's a nice little gap there for your wires. Obviously no betta fish getting out of there, so it does sit pretty neat. Put that there. Moving on to the light. LED. I've seen a few apparently have a different light, don't know how true it is. I'll soon find out. So, there we go. So, two brackets here, screw clamps on. And they bend like so. Somehow looks longer than the other, but you can't matter. That's where the plug goes. Ignore me. Talking rubbish. So, maybe put it back to the back like so. If it was me, personally, I wouldn't go too mad tightening these up. In fact, I'd be very reluctant to tightening it up too much just in case you crack the glass. Okay. Just, yeah, don't go mad with it. I think you'd be upset before you started. So, there, you can see it. That's where this plugs into. So, like that, that. And sit. Tank like so. And then, plug it. Let's see what it looks like, shall we? Oh, nice. Blue light, if you can see it on the camera. Night time. Daylight. So that's daytime. Off. Main light. That is a nice touch. It's got not so much colour in there. I guess you're not going to be growing, well, I'm not going to be growing loads of plants in here. I'm going to chuck a bit of sand in, give it a little bit of wood, a couple of plants just aid with filtration, because this tank specifically is just going to be a part of a breeding project that I'm going to have an attempt at doing. I've always fancied doing it, usually breed angelfish and discus and stuff like that, but I'm going to have a go with the betta fish and we'll see how we get on. As I said, unedited, it's pretty much going to be unedited, but I'm going to stop it for a minute. I'll fill it with water, show you water in, and that'll do. Thanks for watching. this is the tank fully set up with the water. So you got the light, turn the lights off so it looks a bit better. You get your night light, if you're a fan of it. It's depending on colour what beta fish you've got as to whether I think that'll look alright. There's a daylight, obviously full of bubbles. To the lid. Does make a bit of a difference with sound, so the pump wasn't as quiet as I thought. The flow, which we'll get to in a minute, I think you probably almost achieve the same out of an air stone and a pipe, like an under gravel filter kind of thing, going through it all, which if you can, might work out good, because well, that one and that one is plastic, so we'll see. Obviously I can't really comment as to whether my suspicions are correct, but table's not level, but this is just for illustration purposes. A couple of things I forgot to mention. One, I forgot to show you putting the heater in, which that goes absolutely fine, it's just a standard heater. There is a foam on the bottom of the tank, which is brilliant, so you can sit it wherever you want. The light we've covered, the media is there. My idea that I was talking about earlier about moving the sponge over one, putting a polishing pad in, you could do quite easily. I've tested it, but then just moved it round. I'll pull the camera. Couple of closer shots for you. So the filter sits there. Like I say, you could quite easily achieve the same, or almost the same flow with an air stone. I guess it's not the point now. As you can see, I will be leaving this pointing up so that the exchange for oxygen is better, because if we have it down it's quite still everywhere, although I will put some plants in regardless, but as we know at night time they don't produce oxygen. So you got your filters there, your heater sits there like so. I have a sneaky feeling the heater maybe should go in that one, but I'll have a look. I will read the instructions, but by and large I think we've got it all set up for the money. Don't know what they are in America, but you pick these up for like 130 UK pounds. I would imagine it's like $150 maybe in America or something. Can't see there being much in it. The glass does look nice and clear, but you'd expect it to, because it is very thin, like it's not your typical big fish tank glass, because it doesn't need to be. And I can see that your fish are going to look pretty nice in here. A couple of things I like about it. One thing I don't like about it, you can't isolate each tank. It'd have been good, wouldn't it, if you could have said, right, we want to rescape this section, say. For me it doesn't matter, because I'm going to be using this somewhere to hold my male fighter fish. But say if you did, you was like, I want to rescape, like you've got to drain all of it. You can't, because obviously you've got the bit at the bottom that lets the water go through. And this is exactly what I was saying to you. You can't go too deep with your substrate, but you can, but it'll migrate. If it's sand, it'll end up next door. What I might do, I might have a go at keeping some shrimp in one of them for a bit. There's plenty of things I've never kept. I've been fish keeping for 25 plus years. Don't profess I'm the real black belt aquascaper, but I do make some pretty good tanks, and the old purpose of the channel is one, share it with people, two, educate myself. If anybody wants to give any advice or tips on anything, definitely all ears. And I just want to document the stuff that I build and make and have it there forever. So if you probably didn't like this video, because I could imagine it's the worst review you've probably ever watched to do a fish keeping, but I need the practice. So for now, I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, bye.